Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to our home. Welcome back to the locker room. From Atlanta to the world, be you Clydeside, Stateside, or worldwide, it's time to rise up, get Falcon set, prepare to stoop, and charge up them pipes. Because the Scottish Falcons, or at least the Scottish Falcon, is back. Your boy Will the Thrill is here. We're going to be joined by some of the frequent Flyers just soon, but I'm going to kick things off. As I say, this will be the second part of a triple header now. Tonight for myself. So shout out to Victor Productions for hosting me earlier on his show. He's going to be hopefully appearing on AFNI with us soon. So shout out to Vic for having me on earlier on. So while people are getting on in the chat and think all that good stuff as well, we'll fly off into some intro material as well. So just before we do, obviously 55 episodes tonight. First off, I want to apologise because we have had some technical issues affecting the shows these last few weeks. So they have been fewer and further between than what they normally would be. So we do apologise for that and appreciate your patience. Just get that out of the way nice and early. So thank you once again for all your patience there as well. So let's fly off into the kind of latest pieces of news. So first off, we've got a couple of things that aren't going to be too nice to speak about, but they do kind of have to be addressed. So first off, this was broken today. Ms. Giselle Perry, otherwise known as Mikey, she is the aunt of Falcons cornerbacks AJ and Avion Terrell. Now, what's happened is in Decatur County, an elderly driver's lost control. He's then crashed into Giselle's parked car. She's then passed away, leaving her husband. Obviously, our family distraught as well. So we here at AFNI and the Scottish Falcons show, we want to extend our love, obviously our support, and obviously let the family know that our prayers are with them during this hard time. I myself know what it's like, and I know obviously quite a few you in the chat will know what it's like to lose someone close. So yeah, just obviously keep the Terrell family in your prayers, keep them in your hearts as well. And also another family that we will have to keep in our prayers is those of former CBS, CNN, Cartoon Network, TBS, World Championship Wrestling, and of course Atlanta Braves former owner Ted Turner, who's passed away at the age of 87. The only thing that really got to me in a negative light about that is obviously he was given no fanfare, no 10-bell salute, no salute of any kind from WWE, which I felt like was not a good look, not a good look at all, in my opinion. But yeah, so he's a sad loss, obviously, to the city of Atlanta, because we know, well, I don't have to obviously go back and break down for you how much he means to this city, and to the fan bases thereof as well. So just a sad day for not just the city of Atlanta, but for the world of sports in general there as well. So that's the hard part of the show out of the way. So just keep the families of Ted Turner and Avanti in your prayers there as well. But now on to obviously some roster news as well. So we've also been quite active in the free agency market again. But before we go into that, former Falcons kicker Younghoe Koo is doing a tryout, get this, ladies and gentlemen, for the New Orleans Aints. So yeah, he'll be going over to their rookie pro day next week to obviously start potentially trying to get a job in New Orleans. So not what you want to be hearing, but given obviously the end of his tenure in Atlanta, I don't think we have too much to fear there. So yeah. And then, of course, there was a roster signing made today as well. We've brought in cornerback Darren Hall. He was with the team back in 2021, so he will be returning to Atlanta. As I say, at this point, 5 years into the league, he's still looking for that first career interception. So it's just obviously if he can compete at camp? How high is the ceiling? Is he going to be able to get a place on that 53-man roster? So you guys can let me know down in the chat how you think how that's all gonna pan out. And then before we get off into the real kind of body of the show, I also want to take this opportunity. I know it was yesterday, and I got to say it to the man himself earlier on. But obviously, continue to give the man his flowers for number 55, for episode 55. From all of us here, it's the Scottish Falcons show, AFN International. A very happy 48th birthday to future Hall of Famer, defensive menace, and franchise legend, Big John Abraham there. So yeah, just I hope you had an amazing day yesterday, big guy. As I say, we enjoyed having you on recently on the Ladybird show. So hopefully we can get you on Eyeside on one of the international shows soon, and we can have a chat face to face. That would be a real goal ticked off the list for the channel. So yeah, I mean, if you want to see your boy chop it up with some former players, just drop who you want to see, and I will see about getting that done for you as well going forward. So yeah, and then more good news coming from Atlanta, as my Celtic brethren down in the chat there, Floyd, has said there's a lot of stuff brewing in Atlanta and in Scotland right now. So we are just trying to obviously make sure that we are doing our due diligence. Good to see you on the channel, Vic. And as I say, I know you've just gotten in, but it's I just got through giving you your flowers for earlier on. So as I say, I've dropped the link down in the chat, so you can scroll back in the group chat if you want to join me, and we can get into some things and some stuff. As I say, to anyone down in the chat who's not met Vic, he produces Falcons content as well. He's also very active in the world of college football. So yeah, go show the man some love. Because as I say, we are looking to be doing some work together soon. So yeah, just as I say, glad to have you on the channel. As I say, for a wee chat. So yeah, as I was saying, there has been a lot of good stuff boiling in Atlanta too. And the biggest part of the news, and I wanted to talk about it in a couple of different ways. QB1, Mike Penix Jr., and his wife Olivia finally tied the knot just earlier on in the week there. So massive congratulations to Mike and Olivia. And I also have a little video here taken by our own tight end, Kyle Pitts, which I feel like kind of makes me question where we're going to be starter-wise, because I'll play it and you can tell me what you think. Yeah, there we have it. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that knee. As I say, he was bopping and winding real nice there. So hopefully it means good things for his prognosis. But all joking aside, just a huge congratulations there to number 9. Wonderful to obviously see that he's recuperating, and obviously I wish both Mike and Olivia a very long, happy, healthy marriage. And as I say, y'all looked sharp. The group photos looked stellar as well, and you look like a great time was had. So yeah, congratulations, guys, and all the very best. So now, with all that being said, that's kind of the introduction part of the show done. So we're going to fly off into the body of things now. So what I wanted to do, because we've been having some technical issues recently, is I wanted to continue to break down sort of everything that's happened during the off-season process. What I'm also going to do for you guys is kind of break down where we are staffing-wise, because there's now only, as I say, it will be the 9th. So I'll flash up the dates for you to see, but the rookie camp starts on the 9th. We do have the press conference with Coach Stefanski tomorrow, where we're going to find out, obviously, a few more kind of last-minute things as well. So if we do get anything there, I'll be sure to pop on and break those down for you too. But at the moment, I'm kind of going to break down what we have at the moment. So before I do, just again, shout out to the chat. That, as I say, I love seeing comments in before I get into the room. And as Floyd says, there's a lot of great things going on in Atlanta right now. and we're going to break them all down for you. So as I say, let's start with the staff, shall we? So as we all know, this was the first draft for this new 2026 Falcons back room, and we're going to take a little look here, just at the full complement of staff, and where everyone's going to kind of fit into the scheme. So obviously at the top there, you've got Matt Ryan as president of football, Ian Cunningham as your new general manager, Kevin Stefanski as your head coach as well. And then we get into your coordinators. I'll just pull this off so you guys can see it. There you go. Tommy Rees as your OC. Obviously, Coach Jeff Ulbrich as defensive coordinator. And then Craig Aukerman will be your coordinator for special teams there. Just continuing on from that, we also have Alex Van Pelt, who will be coaching quarterbacks. We've got Michael Petra. He'll be staying on to look at running backs. We've got Robert Prince as the new wide receivers coach, and Kevin Koger retained for our tight ends. The biggest part, or one of the best parts for me, would be Bill Callahan coming in to coach offensive line as well. Then we're into the assistants and specialists. So you've got Tanner Eggenstrand coming in as the passing game coordinator, with Jordan Reed as the new assistant for QBs. Assistant to the O-line will be Matt Jones, and assistant to the D-line will be the retaining Nick Jones. We also have Michael Burden as an offensive assistant / fellow as well. Going on as well, we've kept Nate Ollie's defensive line scheme will be coming back into fruition for us. We've got Justin Hood on the secondary as well. Barrett Rood will be staying in charge of linebackers, and we've also got John Timu promoted, obviously in charge of outside linebackers now. And with your speciality roles and some of that good stuff, you've got Dave Huxtable as your senior defensive assistant, Patrick Toney as your defensive passing game coordinator, Ricky Manning Jr. as your assistant DBs and Nichols as coach, and then Troy Crookhton as your defensive quality control. A very important part of the 2026 team is going to be where we are with our special teams as well. So obviously seeing that that's been overhauled has been a big thing for me. And then you've got your coaching and operations staff as well as your scouting department. So you've got Jacqueline Roberts, who will be coming in as manager of coaching operations, Madison McDermott as the coaching administrator, and Bob Quinn as the senior advisor to the head coach. And then obviously we also overhauled the entire personnel department. So we've now got Tumbo Abakanda, the director of scouting. He's been promoted from within. We've then brought in Keith Errol to be our area scout, Justin Hickman to be our national scout as well, from the Patriots, and then Sean Heinkown as our director of college scouting. And he's someone who I know fairly well from his tenure at my Texas Longhorns. So it's going to be good to see what he can do at the pro level as well. So now, obviously, with that being said, I've broken down who's been retained, who's been let go, and all that. And in terms of big picture, what stands out to me is the fact that you've got 70 to 80% new coaches there. So it was clear to us that the regime had to change. Obviously, we were not good enough last year. In long stretches of the season, we were far below mediocre and just not good enough. So I love that we've shored up on depth, which is something that we'll go into later. And we seem to have, at least for me, for my money right now, the right guys in the right sort of places to get done what we want to get done. I know ESPN doesn't agree, but that's something we'll get into in just a little bit. But that is your 2026 coaching staff. And I would like to temper your expectations just a little bit, because I know this ain't Cleveland, but I do think that it's not necessarily going to be a year where we're talking about football in January, per se. But as I was saying earlier on Vic's show, what I ideally want is just to remind the other teams in the South that we are the ones through whom the South should run. Just want to kind of get that basis re-established, and then we can kind of build from there. If we can look to win the division this year, I feel like that would be a solid start for this new backroom, for this new staff. And also something that I've noticed through the draft process, which we'll get onto in a minute, and things like that, is that it's now Arthur Blank's son that's doing a lot of the due diligence with calls, with draft picks and things of that nature. So it looks like the transition is as we thought it would be. It will be the young man taking over, and he seems to be obviously moving into that sort of frame of mind and that space now. So I'm looking forward to seeing over the next couple of years him continue to obviously grow, hopefully take over the job in a more official capacity, and obviously see where things go from there as well. So I mean, let's get into some of the talk now about draft and things of that nature. But before I start breaking down player specifics and all that good stuff, I did come across some things, and I'll let Vic in just before I do, because I don't know if you've seen these yet, Vic, but I will flash them up for you just before I give you your flowers. But I don't know if you've seen these. They were up on X, and it's the new rookies with their uniforms on. So you've got, there you go, Avion Terrell at number 12, Zachariah Branch, Dion Branch, I'm showing my age, Zachariah Branch, number 17. Then you've got Kendall Daniels, number 53. You've got Ontario Thompson, who'll be wearing 98. Harold Perkins Jr., who'll be wearing number 56, and a fantastic number that is. And then finally, Ethan Onianwa will be taking number 75. And I did promise you guys that the guests would keep coming. Emmanuel's here too. And as I say, it's good to have the frequent flyers in and a debutant. So I was just about to take a minute there and obviously get the lowdown from my boy. So Vic, why don't you tell us why did you first choose to become a Falcons fan? What made you embrace this misery?
Yes, I don't know. I guess I've been because I live in Georgia. Yeah, I live around Athens. So just sort of always been fan of the Georgia Bulldogs, and of course I've also always liked the Atlanta Falcons. I'm kind of what you might call a homegrown fan. So yeah.
It's the best way to be, and as I say, it's a good night to get you on for your first show, because here on EFN, and also it's a good thing Emmanuel's joined us, because we're looking to do this with sports fix as well, is push into the greater world of Georgia sport. And funnily enough, I speak of the devil and she arrives, Miss Maggie. She's getting into some things as well, just down in the back. She's looking to expand into Dream, obviously Dream Hawks, that good stuff as well. So if it's something you like the thought of, you're more than welcome to join us for that as well. And then of course we're joined by my brother from another mother down at the bottom there. What's good, Cowboy? How you keeping? Good to see you back on the channel, brother.
What's going on, Big Will? You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good. Just
right.
As I say, trying to get the diligence out and the shows done for the week. We're kind of at the
Okay. Yeah, I had to step outside and do my show out from outside today. Got a packed house for a couple of hours right now, so I hope we're all dialed in and ready to talk some Falcon football. Got a couple of good subjects that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the coaching staff and the undrafted free agents, and the draft picks. First of all, I don't know if everyone knows. Condolences goes out and prayers goes to the Tierrels family as they go through what they're going through. They lost their aunt today.
yesterday. For sure.
So prayers and strength go out to their family as they make their way through that. It's a terrible thing that it happened. It just goes to show you how life is precious. You never know what'll happen. But like I said, prayers and condolences goes out to their family. For sure, all the Falcon family is behind them. For whatever they need. So let's keep our prayers up for those two young men. They and their family. They're going to need it.
Guys, I'm so a lot of delays here. What I may need to do is just give you guys a message, call this, because this is not going to run to any quality to be able to provide a show. So for anyone that is in the chat, I'm going to have to apologise and get this. You guys know we are looking at switching hosts, but this is not sustainable. So I'm going to have to apologise to you guys, and just call it. So Vic, you have my messenger, my ex. I put it on the last show. So if you hit me up on there, let's talk and get back on this. But I'm going to have to end the stream here, I think, because I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, because it keeps going in and out. Yeah.
Yeah. It's and StreamYard, I don't know, ever since they did the update, I think it was a couple of nights ago, things haven't been the same. And I think I'm going to go live on another host myself this weekend just to test them out over on Riverside.
And I'm here, Will. Let me take you down for a moment. I'm here if y'all can hear me.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
So yeah, I think what we was trying to do was test this out. It just seems like it's still some issues, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the other streaming platform is a lot better. You know, but we could kind of, I mean, I'm here, you know, if you want to, I'm not even sure what the subject was since we kind of are here now. Let's go ahead and just, what were we talking about?
We had just gave a shout out and condolences up to the Tiercels family.
Okay.
And I think Will's itinerary for this show was we're going to talk about in depth about the coaching staff,
okay,
the UDFAs and the draft picks.
Okay.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I hate that StreamYard. I don't know what kind of update they do it. I mean,
yeah, it seemed like it's been like that for like the past 3 weeks or so.
Okay.
I've been having a heck of a lot because I had to cut. I mean, I got through the Ladybirds, but
right,
it really was terrible for me to have an interview on that day. So I have to bring my guests back, unfortunately.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I didn't even chance it. I did all my interviews on Teams instead of going. I didn't want to chance it myself. So.
Oh, you did it on Teams? You did a broadcast on Teams?
No, I didn't do a broadcast. I did some interviews myself for what I got going.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I chose to do it. I didn't want to chance StreamYard at all.
Right.
So, but I'm going to try Riverside this weekend since they're giving out the free airtime.
The free one, yeah. I said I was going to do the same thing. I probably do like an impromptu live that anybody can just jump on, so we can all just test each other's out. And
right.
So if you're doing it, let me know and send me a link, and
okay.
We'll go from there. I know, Will, you said we was going to get together soon, but
I want to apologize to you guys as well.
It's no apology. It's StreamYard. It's honestly a StreamYard at this point.
Yeah, you guys know the yard be yarding.
Like,
what I'm going to do.
The guests just jump off. I'm sure he's probably having issues. So
yeah, no, I'll get in touch with Vic. There you are, brother.
It wasn't me. What happened was my web browser crashed, so I had to restart it. I don't think it was It wasn't StreamYard. I just had
no, I'm saying we've been having issues as hosts with StreamYard as well. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to take our losses on this one. Apologize to the fans and thank the ones that have obviously spent the time.
That I needed. So, and fans, we thank y'all for just at least attempting to tune in. It's the off season, so I feel like right now is the best time to get the tweaks out anyway. I did send a report, and I think everybody got their own profiles. You can go to the help on the StreamYard and I sent a ticket incident. And I think if more of us do that, maybe they'll review that update soon. And, we'll go from there.
I'll do that in the back just after the show. But Vic, you've got my X now. If you go back to this morning's show, so get me on X. We'll touch base. Maggie, we'll get together tomorrow. Manuel, I'll hit you up on Monday and we'll get something in place too, brother. You need me until before then. Just fire me a message, okay? And as I say, fans, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flippy. Much love.
Okay. See ya.
See you, brother.